Hello.
Hi there.
There. How are you?
Greetings, greetings. I'm fine, thank you, Desi. And Rita, how are you?
How are you, Jane?
Did you have a good holiday?
Yes, it was nice. It was very short. We had a great time with Desi. I was very happy.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Your face looks younger. You look like you look less stressed.
Yeah, you look like you have some sunshine.
Well, there's only one real reason. I am a little bit less stressed because for suddenly some spontaneous reason, the entire office is tidy. There's not a file out of place. There's not anything to tidy up, and I've been trying to do this for a couple of months now, so I really am putting it down to thinking clearly and the device and calmness and stuff like that. So I really do put it down to that, I have to say.
Great.
You're a little bit faint, Desi.
You can't hear me?
Now that's better.
Okay.
Super.
Okay, you hear me as well?
Beg your pardon?
You hear us well?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
There we go. We've got people coming in now. And what I thought we could do today, Desi, in addition to your videos, is just really talk a little bit about, the scalar wave, the transverse wave, the longitudinal waves, and which the measurement of them, and just so that we, our usage of terminology is very clear from from a training perspective. So we're using the right terminology and explaining our devices correctly.
Okay.
Good. But it's going to be over to you.
You ready now?
And we've got everyone. Yeah, we've got people coming through. So that's awesome. We're ready to roll, Desi.
Okay. To the idea of a wave, if you look at the ocean's wave, you see this wave form that forms, and it carries a type of energy up and down. And electrically, that happens as well. In fact, almost everything in the world is waveform. I'm speaking now, and there's a sound energy that's coming out of my voice box through my mouth, and it's compressing the air in a certain way, making a vibration. The vibration is then transduced by the speaker. My little speaker transduces the vibration of my voice into an electrical vibration. The vibration then is sent to the computer. The computer will then take that vibration, that electrical vibration, and it converts it into an electromagnetic signal, which is sent then. It's a type of light wave. It's a photon wave, another waveform, and that's sent through the internet and through the satellites, and then basically it strikes your computer at home. And then your computer converts that light wave, that type of electromagnetic radiation, converts it into electrical waves. And then the electrical waves in your speaker and your computer are then converted into a sound wave. So there's 3 different types of waveforms for me to get the message to you. These are the different things. This is the world of science and the world of physics. Is that everything's a waveform. In fact, Einstein said that E equals mc squared, and that even mass, even the rock, that mass is a condensation of energy. So that basically there's a waveform even in that energy. So now, when we take a waveform, if I have my voice is making this pattern, and if you have noise canceling headphones, the headphones would make a pattern opposite of my voice that would cancel out the sound. That's what noise canceling headphones do. They make an equal but opposite wave that
Okay.
cancels out the sound. Okay? Now, what does the scalar wave do? When we have this waveform, up and down, this waveform, and we have an equal but opposite waveform that hits. It's the same waveform, but it's equal but opposite. Then the two energies will cancel out, making a scalar wave. The scalar wave, because it's canceled out, has no vibrations in time. Because it's no energy. But what happened to all the energy of the two waveforms? That those two waveform energies, the energy is transduced into other dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
So the little device around your neck there has a scalar wave, and it's producing a type of scalar wave around the body, which has the energy of being able to deflect negative energies.
Right.
So it's kind of like a little bit of a shield, and that shield will probably extend around the body pretty solidly for at least a week. And then it kind of peters out when it hits a wall. So if you're in a room, that pendant is unlikely to penetrate into the other room. But there would be measurable effects if we in the rest of the room. But the intensity of the scalar wave is within about a meter and a half around the body.
From this device.
Yes, from that device.
And without wearing the device, how would our scalar wave torsion field be?
Excuse me, if what?
Without wearing the device, obviously all living things have a scalar wave. So I would have it anyway.
If you didn't have the device, then negative energies hit you. And, the device, the scalar field has, and the orgone field that it's being played.
Yes.
The scalar energy is being played through an orgone field, and this orgone field and the scalar field have a timeless quality about them. And also there's the ability, as Wilhelm Reich said, to convert negative orgone energy into positive energy. To try to negate cancer frequencies or the bad frequencies that are happening around the world, around your house, whatever. Now, would this defend you against a direct X-ray? If somebody pointed an X-ray device at you, probably not. That would be pretty intense. But the little X-rays that are happening from space, you see, this device helps to protect you. Not only does it help to shield you, it also helps build up your body's ability to tolerate those aberrant waves. So the other factor is the scalar wave, because of its timeless quality, has a positive stimulation effect on the positive energies of the human being, or of any living being.
I think this is critical, because when we have an ongoing negative energy beating at us, beating on the cells 24/7, that's when we start getting damage to the cells, the nucleus, the DNA, the human genome. So we are now rather allowing a beneficial wave to be coming in 24/7, and therefore repairing and also raising our immunity and, as you say, our strength to ward off negative aberrant forces.
Well, in our form of medicine, what we understand is accumulated stressors.
Yeah.
So everybody has stressors. So let's say somebody smokes, major stressor. That person then drinks 10 cups of coffee a day, major stressor on the kidney. Then that person eats too much red meat. Then they eat food boiled in oil. Okay, and then they
Sweets.
Then they have sweets. They have sugar. They don't exercise. They don't get proper sunshine. You see, the accumulated stressors
Yeah.
build up, and it's when you until you finally, like with the camel, and you put one more straw, one more straw, one more straw, and eventually the camel gets so much, and the camel, one last straw, they say the straw that broke the camel's back, and you put that one straw on, it's too much, the camel falls down, and then we all blame the last straw. Well, it's the accumulated stress. And what this thing is, that our pendant, our device here, is designed to help to take away some of the stressors. But still, it's not a compensation for good diet, and
No.
you still have to do other things.
And we have
But we're getting a positive accumulation of good energy, and that I think is what we are all experiencing, and that is translated into feeling of calmness, feeling in control, clear thinking, intelligent decision making.
Oh yeah, it all works together.
And we have to find the proper ways how to channel our stress and how to release certain emotions which are building up, how to release our fear, how to release anxiety, and how to release anything what we should not carry on ourselves. So it is very good to do an emotional and mental detox as much as we also do detox in our environment, the same with our feelings.
Well, there are mental toxins, physical toxins. Got to detox them all.
Yes.
Spiritual toxins. And this device, because of its timeless quality, and we've done a little, search, and so it's very exciting about this work, and we've been doing some work on premonitions and testing, and so far preliminary results are very positive.
Look, the dreaming is so vivid. It's in some instances it's a bit uncontrollable, and I mean there's many messages on my phone about people speaking about the vividness and the extent of the dreaming. It's incredible, really.
Yeah.
I'm getting huge messages. I need a dream interpreter right now because of the messages that are coming through. No, seriously.
Well, it opens the portal to other places in time, and at first you might not understand the messages because our conscious mind, our verbal mind, doesn't always get the message.
Absolutely not. And actually, I think some of these emotions and memories which we were carrying since childhood or maybe from another life, this pendant or this healing device, the crystal device, is able to bring it up to the surface. And what I felt during dreaming, that memories, visions, and moments came very clear, which I was probably holding down in the unconscious or experiencing as a child, experiencing years before. And I think this is also a great tool to release blocked emotions, blocked traumas, sadness, unresolved issues with loved ones, family members, or ex-lovers.
It gives you a sense of time that's different, and to start to recognize the flexibility of it all.
And it gives you a chance to energetically change things. Like if you have had, for example, bad feelings or bad experiences with certain things, you're able to change it energetically with the support of this device.
So I'm going to show a video about EMDR, and we're going to talk about EMDR with the device.
I've just had a case study this week, actually, exactly what happened. I used the device and obviously the quantum QUEX theory doctor, and I was going to relate that, but I will after the video. It was incredible. It was quick, intense. So I'll speak about that in a moment too. I look forward to this, Daisy, because this EMDR is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal every time. So thank you for bringing this back onto our show. Here we go.
Okay, let's watch.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Everybody has stress, and for many people it's massive stress, horrendous occurrences, and sometimes it's just social stress. Sometimes it's even trivial stress. Stress is an internal evaluation of an external event. The human brain remembers more negative memories than positive ones. This is to do with our survival, instinctive survival, because we need this to survive.
Sometimes we have difficult experiences that change what we believe about ourselves and the world around us. And all of us have those experiences.
I started adding in EMDR. I was amazed at the speed at which they could process through these tragic losses and get to a place of starting to find some peace around what had really been unimaginable pain for them.
Many things can occur as symptoms of PTSD, such as substance abuse, avoidance, negative ideas, inability to control mood, anger.
Some of those traumas are not people shooting at you or car wrecks. For example, if you're in 6th grade middle school and you're reading a book report and everybody's laughing at you because you have horrible acne, that's a trauma.
And the trauma event can be aggravated by lack of support, genetic problems, previous trauma, mental health conditions, family issues. All these things can aggravate.
So the whole point behind trauma treatment is to help an individual move past or process that trauma to where the brain is not reacting as if it's still in danger.
Our brain should be able to process the stress so that they become memories. But sometimes they're caught in the now. We can't let go of them. They're not memories. They're caught in the now, and then this becomes a disease.
Let's take a brief look at what happens when we experience trauma.
Stress and trauma will input into the emotional circuit known as the limbic system of the brain.
It's called the limbic system. And this is very important in the processing of emotions.
Within the limbic system are the amygdala, 2 nuggets of tissue, one in each half of the brain. They are no bigger than a fingernail, yet they are the brain's central command center for our emotional reactions.
Keep in mind there are 2 amygdala, and the emotions can get caught in one or the other.
Our brains have a natural way to recover from traumatic memories and events. This process involves communication between the amygdala, the alarm system for stressful events, the hippocampus, which assists with learning, including memories about safety and danger, and the prefrontal cortex, which controls behavior and emotion.
If both sides of the brain are balanced, then this trauma can be processed correctly and washed away as a memory. An amygdala hijack happens when you can't control your response. The amygdala has the same response for a tiger attacking as for being unfriended on Facebook.
It responds to information from our senses and instinctively presses the body's panic button.
The amygdala-driven hijack attack spreads panic through the brain and through the body. We have to be able to learn how to recondition the amygdala and stop the amygdala hacking.
Some experiences may not be processed without help. Stress responses are part of our natural fight, flight, or freeze instincts. When distress from a disturbing event remains, the upsetting images, thoughts, and emotions may create feelings of being overwhelmed, of being back in that moment, or of being frozen in time.
Dr. Sperry won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for discovering the 2 halves of the brain and how they think different. We were able to understand now the Zen and the Eastern mystical doctrines, and also to understand that there was different thought processes, not all scientific, not all verbal, not all linear, but other, more expansive, and that there are 2 sides of the brain. And in order for us to properly be able to process stress, we need these 2 areas of the brain to be balanced.
It's a brain thing, that events occurred that increased levels of stress that interfered with the brain's ability to process the inflow of information, and that information got stuck in the nervous system, did not have the opportunity to get processed.
We found that talk therapies and medications just don't really work. People are not sick because they're deficient in the medication. We found that there are other ways that we start to look at. Looking into the future, we start to see that by activating both sides of the brain, bi-hemispheric reunion, we might be able to intensify our reaction and get better results. This is what EMDR does. It's able to help us to fully process these emotional stressors.
I recognize how absolutely effective that those techniques would be with processing trauma quickly, without a lot of language being needed to describe it, and how beneficial that was to a lot of our crime victims who weren't able to actually articulate all the events that had happened.
B.F. Skinner taught us that behaviors we reward, we get more of. Ones we ignore, we get less of. And how many counselors are actually rewarding the people for their stress, for their pain, rewarding their disease by talking about it and encouraging it week by week by week?
Once a client comes to a session and has completed history taking, then typically we identify the memory that we want to reprocess, any negative beliefs related to it. Those negative beliefs might be, I'm not safe, I'm not worthy, I don't have value in relationship to other people. And once we identify that negative belief and the distress related to that target memory, we also look at what could be a positive belief that we move toward.
So folks think about this memory, and then we guide them through a series of sets of rapid eye movement, just 30 seconds. It allows the brain then to process small chunks of it at a time.
This simple process of the eyes going back and forth, side to side, stimulates the brain to help to get the entire brain into processing the stressor.
What actually is being fixed is neurological. The outcome of that is a cognitive shift. Is that you don't actually believe that you are helpless anymore.
By getting the brain to be more healthy, more blood flow, and stability both sides, this idea of processing, coming to that Zen expansion of the mind, etc., to all the different areas, is what makes this stuff work.
EMDR is one of the most researched therapies out there. And the research shows that not only is it highly effective, but it's also the most efficient trauma treatment.
The simple little eye exercise, expanding the mind in the presence of the stressor, has so much research behind it, validating and verifying how it does work to help people.
EMDR therapy is proving effective in some of the most acute trauma scenarios. And because it is a proven, evidence-based approach, a growing roster of mental health organizations promote and support the therapy.
There are lots of other coping skills that we need to talk about, including diet, journaling, counseling, networking, exercise, meditation. All of these can be utilized to help expand the mind in order for the total health of the human mind to be able to do its job, working through the neurons, being able to expand itself, recognizing. We developed the inductor to be able to electrically jumpstart, actually give energy to the brain, and help to expand its working. What if we, beyond just the little eye movements, what if we use lots of yogic techniques, alternate nostril breathing, cross-crawl techniques, different stretches that would be able to take these memories and put them where they're supposed to be, as memories, not as current. And we could then reduce all these different stressors and come with a real, high, natural method of dealing with PTSD.
Yeah, if you heard that vibration, that's a super learning vibration to help you increase the memories. If you have that vibration behind the video, a lot of my videos will have that. So, but EMDR, by just moving the eyes back and forth, you start to stimulate both sides of the brain, and then the trauma is not fixated in one area, and then the whole brain can process it and let go.
Incredible.
It is actually amazing, and I had several experiences with clients who had anxiety problems, who had difficulties with expressions and communication and normal, constant talking. They could actually improve their speech, improve the pronunciation, and the communication started to ease up, become more fluent, and the fear went away, and the gut feeling and the stomach pain and the stomach shaking was also leaving the body. I had great experiences with that.
They have the pendant on
The device.
the device, yeah.
The device.
If they have the device on at the same time, it just increases the ability of the past and the future and the present to all have that flexibility to process.
And to multiply together.
Yeah, to process the trauma. And it isn't about words. This is where the counselors are doing the wrong thing. They're sitting there with words and going over, the words in such way. And the experiences are not of words.
This is more about the gut feeling, the vibration, and to balance these energies and balance the left and the right, like also the left and the right side of the brain, to balance all the tension, balance the emotions, balance the body electric, the aura, and all the surrounding energies. And if that happens, then the person will be able to communicate and do everything a lot easier and on a higher level.
It's wrong to think that everybody has to understand the trauma. They don't have to understand.
And the device actually adjusts to each individual, and we cannot say actually how and how much. It is not countable with numbers, because what I have seen, the device has a different effect on each individual. Like it will, like you start to build a consciousness and you build a connection to your device, and it will adjust to you. It will actually become with you. The results are amazing also with this.
Yes, that's a lot of fun.
So you're saying, Desi, that when we have the patient with us, we take this off and we give it to the patient to hold while you're doing the treatment, or is it enough for us to keep wearing it? And
no, if you let the patient wear it during the EMDR, it assists their functioning. This sustained scalar wave device and the special organ field helps to take negativity and make it into positivity.
Okay.
So if they were to wear it during an EMDR session, they get better results.
Okay,
so
perfect.
They could afford it. The time crystal.
I was just I'm getting better results just me wearing it, in the practice. I'm getting much quicker, humongously quicker results just me wearing it. So obviously the consciousness, as mine increases, the patient's increases, and then mine increases, and vice versa and so on. So I'm very, very interested in this because I'm seeing very quick results. And people that have been so stuck, the word you used was frozen, so frozen. I nearly actually jumped off my chair this week because this lady came in and her mom was a big drinker, and right from basically before her birth and everything, and she would disappear with this little girl and go into a place called Hillbrow in Johannesburg, which was really, really dingy, druggy, drinky sort of a place. And she would then get drunk for, days. And this little girl would have to fend for herself and meet all these strangers and things like this. And she had this so deep down inside her. And how I met her was that she got COVID and was referred to me. And I saw terribly, terribly low hypoadrenia. And she couldn't shake the COVID off as a result of that. And anyway, we built her up and she shook it off. But you know what? It came back again within a couple of days. And she kept saying to me, but you know, Jane, my friends are all getting better. Why am I not? And how come? And how come? And I said to her, well, just hold on a little bit. And she was really over anxious, really over rationalizing everything. She really had this anxiousness about her. And I knew there was something really deep underneath her. And so we spoke, and she wouldn't release it. She wouldn't release it. And then eventually I said to her, look, you've got this constant adrenal cortisol stress hitting on your cells. It's been like that for a very long time, exactly what we were talking about now. And I said to her, what is that record, that long playing record that just keeps playing and playing? What is it that we need to release? And then she said, Jane, well, this is my secret. And she said, I don't get people close to me because I don't need to share my secret, but I can share it today. And she started telling me all these stories. And then I said to her, just go to the most intense, horrible, terrible, terrible time that you can remember when you were a little girl. So she never knew what was coming. So she went there, and I just said, intensify it to 10 out of 10. And she did that. And then we did the eyes. And then I said to her, well, now rate it out of 10. She just looked at me. She said, Jane, it's gone. It's gone. And I thought to myself, wow, that's incredible. After she's held this memory, like you were saying, for so long, so many years, brought it into her family, into her business, into her daily life. And then we could, in 10 seconds or 20 seconds, release it. So it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. And sometimes it's just that easy. But now our technology, our device, the quantum, Duke doors and steel, they're all designed to bring both sides together and to start activating both sides and making sure.
That's why it is great to use it with the EMDR program, because it balances the left and the right, and together with the movie and with the video, the device works a lot more efficient and powerful.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty simple technology, but we have people that are so freaking sick, aren't they?
Very, very, very sick. Very sick, very burdened with everything. Remember, we talked last week about the pineal gland and all the microcrystals, the piezoelectric microcrystals in the pineal gland. So it's the left and the right brain, but it's also the activation of the pineal gland. That's what I noticed instantly. It was the batteries just came on. They just all started firing in.
Yeah, the pineal gland sits in between the two hemispheres.
Yeah,
and it's your third eye. It's actually light sensitive, and it generates electricity, and it stabilizes your hormones for the day. So it should turn on with the light of the morning. And basically at night, it should, start to settle you down, get ready for sleep, and then turn you on when the light hits. And that's how it's supposed to work.
And that's where many people ask, what about charging up the device? Like charging up with sunlight, with the device?
Well, the orgone energy of the piezo pendant here, the device, the orgone energy can take and accept the charge. The scalar field is set at a special consciousness frequency that has that, and since it's no hertz to the scalar field, there's really no time of it. But the orgonite is made to accept charge. So if you were to put the pendant onto your device and charge adrenal into it, for the next 24 or 48 hours, you'll have more adrenal energy. You understand?
Put the pendant onto the device.
Yeah, on the test tray.
On the Skio QUX eductor.
Yeah, if you have a test tray, and then
on the test tray.
Then you can use the device to charge energies into the test tray, and the orgonite will accept that. It won't change the frequency because the scalar field is frequency-less anyways. But the organ energy will accept that pattern, and the orgonite inside the device will contain this energy for 48 hours, maybe more.
Okay, that's interesting. That's longer than water.
Yeah, it'll hold longer than water. So I have an EMDR sample program that people could use with their patients. It's a video I sent you. I sent you 2 videos, am I right?
Yes, I'm just getting the other one.
And this is an experiential one, so it's not really a talk. And people are to sit there. And this one with the pendant, this one will help people to go back and use their EMDR techniques to both sides of the brain to change the past. That's what this is about. This is about stimulating retro-causality and being able to change the past. So just people can listen, watch a little bit, listen to the vibrations, let your eyes float back and forth, read the text as it comes back. And this is just a little experiential. Let's watch it now.
Thank you, Desi.
Hello.
I'm back.
And that vibration, if you can play it through headphones, it's binaural, meaning that it's changing its tone to left to right, so that it is also activating the auditory hemispheres. So that it has energy visually left to right, but also auditory with the tone. And then it has some ultrasound and infrasounds to it, all meant to help to stimulate different parts of the brain and to stimulate healing. So That's how I make the electroceuticals.
It's amazing. I mean, I don't know how you do this, but it's beautiful. But I actually feel like a little bit headachy.
Well, it's activating energy.
Yeah.
So it's processing things, and tonight's dream will probably be special.
Thank you.
So I just wanted, that's about enough for me today. And to tell everybody that this is an exciting time. We're looking at real cataclysms in the world today with global warming and about to turn off the Gulf Stream. Oh my God. You know, I was telling Bill, when I went to England and Ireland, I was fascinated to see that the water pipes and the drain pipes were outside of the building. Yeah. And I said, oh my God, because in Ohio, you couldn't dream of that. You couldn't dream of that. And they said, oh, it doesn't get that cold. Well, if the Gulf Stream turns off, London is further north than Montreal. And London, England and Ireland and most of Europe will be a tundra. It'll be like northern Canada. So very interesting. And right now, global warming is about to do that. Afghanistan, the problems in Afghanistan, the drug companies taking over the world through their vaccination program. Crazy time, crazy time. We have to get together and we have to take care of ourselves, you know, more than anything. So I'll talk to you tomorrow then, Jane, okay?
Okay, perfect. Lovely. Thank you so much, Desi. Thank you, Rita. And always an honor to have all of you listening and being part of these awesome lecture series. That's really, it's growing from strength to strength, and Desi never fails to not impress us. How was this evening? I think it was absolutely phenomenal. And those of you who in the audience, I'm just going to see whatever questions are here. Hello. Not too many. Affiliate program for the product. Yes, we do. We do have an affiliate program for the product. So you will go to the www.365healthybychoice.com, and you will then go to membership, and you will see affiliates there, and you can actually sign in and become part of the affiliate membership. Absolutely, definitely. So these time crystal devices are being marketed and sold through the 365 Healthy by Choice website. And all the information is there. It's all ready. It's just waiting for you. Also, Alison, we also do bulk orders as well. So for practitioners who want to sell just individually, or people who want to just sell individually, absolutely. The bulk orders, speak to me about the bulk orders. You can just get hold of me on my WhatsApp. I'll put the WhatsApp in the group chat for you. 834 6208. That's it. So you can get hold of me on the WhatsApp if you want to discuss anything directly with me. If you want to purchase your device, you can do so online as well on the 365 shop. And we geared, everything's running very, very smoothly. And most importantly, every single person who's purchased a device has texted me and told me about the remarkable effects. I mean, we've had a brain amplitude that moved from 3, constantly 3, dipping down to -7. Can you believe it? On our Wahoo panel, going back up to 3, maybe 7, back down to 3. And within 2.5 days, it was up to 63. Without any other intervention, the lady just wore it for 2.5 days. And I asked her for her blood pressure. And then we did do a quantum assessment. So, you know, really, really startling results. people handling stress better. And I think that was the beginning of the video that Daisy was showing us, that there's just stress everywhere on every level coming at us from all angles and all varieties and colors and sizes. And it's about our ability to stand still in this eye of the storm and geolocate ourselves, if you like. And I'm really finding that this device has been an unbelievably useful device to assist me, navigate these turbulent times. So I'm really, really eager to share it with a lot of you. And Alison saying she's in hospital recovering from a brain infection. So I need one of these. Yes, you do. And also the COVID people in hospital definitely need this. And thanks for listening in too. So Jacqueline, I'm so impressed. I'm looking really forward to hearing, feedback from you as well. Jacqueline's a very highly regarded practitioner, and it's going to be amazing to get your feedback as well. And so yes, let's take this new the new information, the new device. As with Professor Desiree Dubonnet, we're always well ahead of the pack. And you know what? I'm not actually sure that this device could even begin to be copied, because she does things in such a way that they are really interdimensional, exactly the same as our Skio Eductor QUEX devices. So it's something really, really, really special. And people that are ill, as you say, to hold on to them would be amazing. Alison, I'm wondering where you are. Maybe we could get one to you in some way. But Jacqueline, feel free to comment, and let's all get ourselves, as Daisy said, we've got to put ourselves first, look after ourselves in the best possible way. And I really do think this is a massive, massive step in the right direction, along with diet, obviously, sleep, rest, sunshine, and whole food, and all the good things we talk about. So if there are any more questions, let me know. And I'll be downloading this and putting the recording up for people who've missed it. And thanks again to those of you who kindly joined us and who've commented, and you're going to take this information out. Thanks very, very much. Okay, have a good rest of the day. Dream well. Bye.